flirt about it, you know?
I feel like I'm in a French girl's house.
Well, coincidentally enough, Sudan, very inspired by the French.
Yeah. Yeah. Are we on? We're not on, are we?
Welcome to Unpasteurized, where you get our unboiled down views of the world. I'm Lucas Schneider. To my left, Taylor Zaki.
Welcome to church. How we doing, everybody? You know, Lucas, here we are. We're standing here on a yak. We got a real mahogany wood table in here. You know, I don't know how many pygmies died for it, but it's good to be American. Today it's, 1 degree outside. South, stiff south wind. Jet streams are changing. We're here. We're here in Nebraska, living life, trying to get illegal milk and keep the Amish in business. Mm-hmm.
We're living here in Nebraska, unpasteurized. Yeah, the Amish, that's about the best place probably to get unpasteurized milk.
Yeah,
likely, huh?
Yeah. Well, them and then a few others. I trust. Some people say the Amish smell. That's just because they don't use any aluminum deodorant.
Yeah, they just smell not like us.
They just not like us or whatever. And that's fine. You can't really judge them for it. I'd say they're way cleaner than that fucking that bitch that just bought herself a dairy cow just to have her own. That hippie. I don't know.
You need more than one dairy cow, probably.
Oh, I mean, if you could probably, you know what?
I don't know. I did some
get
reading.
a lot of milk out of a cow.
I did some reading then. So they said you can get 4 gallons a day,
or more. We used to milk cattle twice. So what was there? There was 64.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we'd run through 64 cattle, once in the morning and then once at night.
And you think were you getting 4 gallons each time or 4 gallons total?
Maybe more. Out of each cow?
Yeah.
Oh, probably. I would say 3 to 4 each time, twice a day.
So that's 8 out of each cow a day.
Yeah.
8 gallons out of 64 cows. That's a shitload of milk.
That's called a dairy.
Yeah.
And that's a small dairy. Dairy. Now that we're here, you guys,
Dairy's
the dairy industry, the dairy industry is taking a huge hit, and it used to be like little locals. There, you can look it up. It ended in the early 2000s. They just started killing them off, thanks to Obama. But no, there used to be more dairy cows, more love in the dairy industry. Now we got pygmies making wood tables. So, and yeah, so the Sudanese, they're French influenced, huh? They were colonized by the French people, huh?
Yeah,
bonsoir.
That East Coast of East Africans are a lot different than the Western ones.
The French colonized here a while back. It was, this is the Spanish and French territory, and I'm sure some dirty French people that still live out your way.
There's always going to be.
There's always dirty French.
There will always be dirty French people.
Yeah. Yes,
Although, credit where it's due, I'll say it here, I'll say it now, I'll take a bold stance. Unfortunately, we wouldn't exist if it weren't for the French in the Revolution, so I'll give them that. But they wouldn't exist right now without us, so
yeah,
I think we paid them back. I think we're about even. I think the U.S. doesn't...
French, they owe us for everything. You know what? I've seen Team America World Police. But yeah, no, sorry. They're good fur traders. Apparently they were furs here. And like I said, I don't know, there were some French girls. You ever, native French? I've seen the native French.
Get it more straight on to your mouth. You're sucking it off the side over here.
You're right. Well, sucking off the side. Damn it, we're back.
Isn't that way better?
Yeah, that's a little bit better. You're right.
Unfortunately.
Hey.
Well, it's these cheap mics, Once we get some money coming in, we'll get some better mics, and then we won't have to be so particular.
I can't think of the radio guy in my head right now, but he was a famous radio guy, and he'd always, he had that long, drew, curly hair. Who am I thinking about? And he'd always get off to the side of the mic, who am I thinking about?
What kind of radio?
Radio.
Like nationally syndicated radio?
Yeah, big radio.
Or local talent?
Big radio.
Big radio.
Way liberal at the end there, and that's
way liberal at the end. He's dead?
No, he might be still alive. Charlie Sheen's still alive?
No.
He's not.
Dude, I think he's been dead for
Charlie
12
Sheen's
years. I think he died when I was in high school, wasn't he?
Nah, dude, Charlie Sheen's still alive, I'm pretty sure.
Well, he's alive in our hearts and minds.
He's French.
Is he?
I don't know.
He acts like a Frenchman. Or acted.
You know, I don't
just like a Frenchman to die
French
of AIDS.
People are a little bit weird.
Everyone that I've met has been odd.
Like even ones that are like American-born French. You know what I mean? Like if they have a lot of French in them, they're French. But I mean, you live in an real Irish community, and as a German, you must feel prosecution for that or something. They're a little judgmental. Those Irish are, at least in my determination of the Irish. But I don't know.
Well, they say Irish and they say it's an Irish town, but I'd say there's way more Swedes and Germans there, if I'm being honest.
So then why did it become an Irish
Because
town?
it was originally all Irish people. It was when it was founded. The guy who it's named after,
O'Neill?
Yeah. Colonel.
Oh,
Maybe he was a colonel. He was a colonel.
Well,
I think, if
I remember
right.
How many people did he kill to be a colonel to get to a town name? Was it during the tribal wars of the plains?
It was definitely early. It was late 1800s.
So the tribal wars of the plains?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, crucifixion.
Here's his big claim to fame. He raised a little militia, marched north into Canada, and took over a British fort. It got so bad, the British had to send an ambassador over here to be like, hey, that O'Neill fellow, you need to stop it, or this is gonna. He wasn't supposed to be. He just did it on his own. It wasn't like U.S. government told him to go take over those forts.
Oh, but he was a United States employee.
Yeah.
United States employee. All right, I'm
Yes,
back.
he was. He was all up in the cut.
I'm hanging out in the corner sometimes. Just bear with me. But yeah, no, okay. So this was a real United States colonel who fought probably in some tribal plain warfare.
Most definitely. More than likely.
How do you feel about tribal plains warfare? It seems to have a lasting impact on people, apparently, still today. But, we got to think that wasn't that long ago. You ever been to Genoa?
Yeah, I've been to Genoa.
Yeah, you ever been to that Catholic fucking Indian kid boneyard, them poor people?
No, I've never been to that one.
You've never? Am I thinking of Geneva or Genoa?
I haven't spent a lot of time in
There is
Genoa.
a town because they would haul these kids from all the different tribes out here because they were 1 week. A horseback ride was 1 week away from everywhere, and they knew the kids would starve if they ran off. So there you go. Run with that.
Okay, so I looked it up just so I could say it exactly. John Charles O'Neill.
John Charles O'Neill.
Born March 9th, 1834. Died 8th of January, 1878. So 54. That's quite a good age for the 1800s.
Yeah. There's a creek. You ever crossed the Ives Creek?
The Ives Creek?
Ives.
Ives? Yeah.
Apparently, I'm something of that.
Are you?
Whoever was that guy.
I've known some Ives, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
A few Ives out running around.
Mm-hmm.
He was an Irish-born officer in the American Civil War, member of the Fenian Brotherhood.
Ooh, the Fenian.
O'Neill is best known for his activities leading the Fenian raids on Canada in 1861 and 1871.
That's fucking legit, though. Fuck Canada, too, dude. Like, honestly, we're looking at doing that now. We need some fucking Mick guy just lit up in the middle of the prairie just being like, you know what? We can go up there and fucking take it. Because we could. You British cocksucking bitches. Fuck Canada.
Oh.
Sorry, what happened?
The Fenian Brotherhood, I wanted to know what that was.
Yeah, well, they're
It sounds crazy. A precursor to Clan de Gaulle, a sister organization to the Irish Republican Brotherhood.
Yeah, the Fenian Army.
Yep.
The Fenians. Yeah,
anyway.
We need
dissolved in 1880. Founded in 1858, dissolved in 1880.
But that's like the first kicker of the IRA.
Basically.
Yeah, that's like, these were the forefathers, and they rebranded a little bit. Yeah. Did you see Kanye's shirt? Did you see Kanye's shirt?
I did see Kanye's shirt. Let me tell you, you know my bit about how I used to tell women I was the white Kanye.
Yeah.
The longer time goes on, the better that bit gets. It keeps getting funnier. 10 years ago, that was a good line, and girls would dig it.
Well, yeah.
Now, it gets funnier and funnier and funnier that I used to say that.
Because Lucas does look like the type of guy Kanye claims to be. And that's fine. We're not judging anybody. But it's beautiful. I like it. Hey, listen.
Look, I'm judging a little bit, but also, he's a musical genius.
Drive slow, homie. You never know, homie.
Look, I haven't been on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, for over 12 years. I used to watch
too much porn on there.
I wasn't even watching porn. I was just into ridiculous shit. Just absurd things.
It's a bad place.
It was bad 10 years ago. That's why I was unsurprised when Kendrick called Drake a pedophile, because I remember 10, 12 years ago Drake getting in trouble for DMing a 16-year-old girl. I didn't
Drake
forget
looks
that.
Like the guy. He played a guy in a wheelchair. It's always some weird guy in a wheelchair.
That's what he did. He is that guy. He doesn't look like that guy. He is that guy.
Yeah, he is that guy.
Yeah. He grew up in the same Toronto suburb that one of my exes did.
Toronto.
And she did not grow up poor.
Is it cold in Toronto? They got like three city parts up in Toronto.
3 city parks?
Midtown, uptown, downtown. You ever see? Not parks, parts.
Parts.
Yeah.
I hear it's a wild place.
Never been.
It's fun.
I've only been to Canada in across the Peace Gardens. Yep.
There you go. I've never been out of the country, actually. Unless you count, I mean, technically going to the reservation, you're leaving the country, technically.
Well, no, that's federal. No,
the tribal is separate.
Tribal is federal. I don't know.
Okay, listen. How they operate? Yes.
We're bringing someone in.
Okay, how they operate? Yes. But how it's written into the rules is they're their own separate nation. Separate from the U.S. government.
The good corn pop way. This is, you know what, we like the natives, so.
No, I do. This isn't disparaging. I'm just trying to explain it the way I see it. Anyway, let's get off it.
I love a good reservation. They took all, that's why we're the way we are. I think people in Nebraska, and this is, fuck Iowa, and fuck all them places like that, because I don't know. I'm going to hold off on them for a little bit. I don't know how many reservations are in Illinois. Do you know?
I got no idea.
Probably none. How many are well, there's probably some tree people up in Wisconsin yet, but I'm sure they got fucking kicked or somewhere. In Michigan, the water's bad. But we still got a couple reservations is my point. Shouts out to South Dakota, I think Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, these places where where the buffalo used to roam in that good way. And that's what makes us white people, we're more fun. Cuz I think if you get too many white people, you don't get, like you do. You've been to Iowa. You know these people. Even in small towns, they're weird. They're weird. They eat too much corn product, and they just get weird. They don't have grasses anymore. It's all just cancer corn.
It's all. As I said in our previously unreleased episode, one thing, if I had a time machine, I'd love to see is the amber waves of grain. Before the trees, before the white man came west and started planting trees and bushes, I'd like to see what an action. You get a taste of it sometimes out where we're from. If you go far enough into the country, if you get to like an 80, if you get to an 80-acre plot that's just a hayfield, and you pull up and all you can see is the hayfield and the next hayfield. The fences break it up a little bit, but you can kind of get a small little smidgen of a taste. And fuck, dude,
it looks like seas.
There's stories plenty of when they were coming across on the covered wagons going to Oregon. And they would, like little kids would get off in the grass and get lost and not be able to find their way back because it was so fucking tall. like we're talking 6-7 foot grass.
Yeah, well, there was search part. I mean the grass should be tall. You ever go to the museum in Lincoln at the university?
I've wandered through there once or twice.
Well, I pay for the membership. It's cheap because no one supports education, but everybody's a fucking liberal now. But I care about the mammoths and stuff, so I try. I'm a good dad, so I try to take my kids to go learn about the history. And finally, they're trying to say hey, look, here's how important the grass is, and that shit should be 6 foot tall. When was the last time you saw 6 foot tall grass?
Oh, rarely.
Oh,
rarely.
It's
I mean, there have been a handful of times, but it's in a small section.
Small section and a bottom,
back
spot.
In between the tree pile and the tree line.
Yeah, you don't see the prairie flood no more. Remember when the prairie would flood in springtime? All the ducks would dance around. Mm-hmm. You ever seen prairie chicken circle jerk?
Yeah,
isn't that cool?
It's wild.
I love watching prairie chicken circle jerk. That's some fucking fun shit. Yeah.
I miss the day you used to be able to see a duck hanging out in the middle of a field where there didn't used to be water, but you'd be driving around after a rainstorm, and there's enough water piled up in there.
Yeah, it's March. He's real pretty.
Yeah. Hang out.
Yeah. We missed that. You listen to what the fuck, the Marshall Tucker band.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, fly, Mr. Eagle, fly. You better. Yeah, that's a good song.
Heard it in love song.
Heard it in love song. This is brought to you by Pygmies that build tables. Pygmytable.com.
I don't know if these are pygmy. I think this is a Japanese table.
It looks Japanese. It's
Asian for sure. Some sort of Asian.
Looks like something you do a Ouija board on and then tell your grandma about.
It feels like we should be sitting on small pillows around it.
Oh, that's Asian. Probably Laotian.
Could be Laotian.
It's very Laotian.
It seems Laotian.
You're Laotian, aren't you, Mr. Khan? Sorry.
Khan's Japanese. No, he's not. He's Laotian, ain't you, Mr. Khan?
Oh.
As I've always said, Cotton Hill is great, and he's a good example of if you're going to be racist, be accurate.
He's not even racist. He's
no.
just listen, there's a difference between racism and truthism, you know? Wow. You know what? We don't support Kanye or his shirts, but we're going to start right there. You know what? Actually, he's a lyrical genius. I'm going to retract my one statement. I'm not going to buy a shirt.
Anyway, finishing what I was saying earlier.
Sorry.
I'm not on Twitter.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I miss all that. I mean, Ari Shaffir, his whole new special, that's the whole bit, and that's always what I've thought is, I don't follow Kanye on Twitter, but I do follow him on Spotify. He's much better on Spotify.
Yeah, he is, but well.
He's really good on Spotify.
Because he's a lyrical artist. Now,
he's a great musician.
you do comedy here. We're doing comedy here. That's what
we're trying to do some comedy.
We
here.
see some crazy shit, and like here in Omaha, we got people that you know a black guy that might wear that, but probably bought that shirt. He's in the streetwear.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, he's in the streetwear. So, and he, we have these people out, and there's people who bought it.
Certainly,
yeah,
certainly. There's people who bought it,
and so we're not saying anything here, but we like I said, we're just you run into people sometimes. We know people that are just wow, that guy. You think he's brilliant with his capabilities, whether it's musically or otherwise, and then they might stab somebody. So like that Van Gogh guy cut his own ear off. Like I always say, everything's a violation of a protection order now. It's just not fair. But
go on.
The point is sometimes if you want good art, you got to have a little bit of crazy, and we're not letting crazy happen anymore. And yeah, you're going to have your jackasses that just do something just because they're doing it. But my God.
Look, Michael Jackson was touching kids, and I don't remember people making this much of a fuss. The people that were making a fuss were the ones that were like
yeah,
the bad guys.
Well, because you don't shame. I don't know. I think things have changed drastically.
Bring back raw milk and shame.
Well, I don't. Yeah, I mean,
a little bit of shame is good for you.
People have no shame. People now have
none.
No shame.
It's the only reason I won this morning was because I have shame.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, have some fucking shame.
Get a little shame in your life.
Yeah, you won this morning. We're coming off. Here we go, guys. Lucas beat Rashad Vaughn. He's not the black guy that's going to wear the Nazi symbol, but it was a close game, guys. It was tight.
I'll say this: he was much better than I was expecting, and I was much worse than I was expecting.
Let's just be really honest. He maybe did over prepare himself. He showed up with some black athleticism, and Lucas showed up with white athleticism. And you know what? Maybe sometimes we win. As we're gonna edit this part out.
I don't think we should edit shit.
No, that's good.
But I was surprised how good he was because he doesn't seem to be an athletic individual when you meet him at the shows and on the street. But he didn't do bad.
You know what? But I'm not gonna.
I did bad. I felt like I was doing bad.
He's more athletic than you would think, though.
He is. He's far more athletic.
He did show up. Shouts out to black folks being athletic.
Ain't it crazy how we're rebuilding this country on the back of an African once again?
See,
Elon is an African.
I know he's an African. I don't trust that fucker. I don't trust him. I don't like him. I get it. And I'm not saying like people don't need to get fired. I don't like him. I never liked him. I mean,
he seems like an alien.
He is an alien.
More than likely.
Well, I think Joe Rogan's an alien too, but Elon isn't from here. Joe Rogan seems to be. You ever hear about
Joe Rogan's an alien that was born on Earth.
Well, there's different constellations that these aliens can come from. I mean, if you do any studying in the Galactic Federation of Light, you figure out that some people got home planet bodies, and you know what? The white bitches will understand what I'm saying. The planetarian females, maybe. But some of these there's bad stars and there's good stars, right? So pretty much, no matter what, as far as I understand, everything's just gang violence for eternity.
Gang violence forever? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, so you can never escape it. Like here on Earth, you're going to have people that are nationalist or racist or even tribal. In different little countries all over the little world we live on. There's always going to be a problem somewhere. And then even in the stars, the Galactic Federation. Do you know why the Galactic Federation of Light? Do you even know what that is? It's all it's all the aliens from different star constellations that came together and made a peace pact.
Yeah?
Yeah. And we were involved in it. We're involved in it. We don't know nothing. I mean, I might know, but people
you seem
don't.
to know a little bit.
I'm telling you now. This is. So, but I'm just telling you, yeah. So there's bad star people out there in the stars that are trying to destroy the goodness of creation that is aliens and us.
Yeah, bad star folk.
Bad star. It's always just gang violence. I'm telling you, it's always there's always going to be a war.
Just bigger gangs, different gangs.
Oh, yep. And then they just admitted there's a goddamn fucking not a Mercury. What are those things called? An asteroid coming at us.
Of course there is.
About the size of the Empire State Building. We can't. I don't think they said. I don't think we can miss it, or it's going to miss us. But we'll see.
I just saw the headline. I didn't click on it because I've seen so many of those articles over the years.
Yeah, well, I believe in every end of the day.
Every one of them. I believe in every end of the day.
Any time they're telling me it's over, I believe them. I'm like, it's over. We're calling it.
It's all over.
Yeah, I'll be burning.
Yeah, the headline I said that they don't think we can hit it. They think it's too late for us to deflect it.
So where's it going to hit? The Bahamas?
I don't know. If it hits the ocean, we might be okay. We'll be fine here.
You don't know.
As long as if it hits the ocean, we'll be fine. We might be okay. We might get a little flooding from a big wave, but we got the Rockies to one side protecting us, and we got the Appalachians and another 400 miles.
It's Appalachia, which it's not spelled properly. Leave it to them. But yeah. How do you feel about Appalachia? Do you know any Appalachians?
Let me think.
Would you go to Appalachia?
Not alone.
You scared of Appalachia?
I'm not scared, but I know. I understand that those kinds of people are I don't think you just go wandering around into people
not even.
Yeah, no. I think you go with somebody who's been or somebody who knows somebody. I think it's kind of like going to the hood. I don't think you go alone. I think if you go alone, you're taking an awful big risk.
How do you feel about Sweden?
How do I feel about Sweden?
What did I say? Appalachia? Yeah. Yeah.
How do I feel about Sweden? Also the same kind of thing. I would not feel comfortable there.
Would you moose hunt in Sweden?
Would I move to Sweden?
Moose hunt.
Moose hunt?
Hunt a moose.
Yeah, I'd go moose hunt.
Yeah.
I want to kill a deer first. But
you haven't killed a deer?
I've never killed a deer.
Me neither. I have shot so many different kinds of animals.
You want to get ready and go bow hunting this
No, I don't want to bow hunt a deer. I'm going to shoot
what I want to do
with a rifle. I'm not. I don't have time to bow practice. I'm not doing it. I used to do it. I used to compete in archery. I used to shoot a lot of archery, and now my kids do competition archery. I don't have the fucking time to sit in the trees and try to. I want to. If I see that thing at 300 yards, I want to be like, ah. And that was that. Good day to you, sir.
I don't have a rifle big enough. That's my issue, and I don't.
22 mag. Wait, we didn't say that. We don't support shooting deer with 22 mags.
The biggest gun I have, which is legal to shoot a deer with, is a 223.
And that'll do it. You could drop a deer to mile.
You got to hit it well, though.
You can kill an elk with a 223. Yeah, you got shot.
Hit it right. No, caught it right in the shoulder blade. Broke a chunk. No, it was on the front shoulder blade. It was almost like a front-on shot. Almost? Yeah, it was almost in the chest. We found a chunk of bone and not a drop of blood for 200 yards around it. one chunk of bone right where I hit it, and then not a drop of blood anywhere.
Huh. Well, you missed, in a way.
In a way, I missed.
Coyote food.
I think she was fine.
Oh, it was a lady, dear.
Yeah, it was a doe.
It's a female.
I didn't care. I was in it for the meat. I wasn't trophy hunting.
Yeah, you know.
I don't trophy hunt. I'm going for the meat. If I see a buck, then I'm for sure taking it.
If you have the proper tagging, he is a legal hunter.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I do. That's one thing I don't fuck around with. I'll fuck around with a lot, but
when it comes to game laws, no shit.
When it comes to game laws, I take that pretty serious because those aren't arbitrary.
It's studied.
Yeah,
it's like
most
really
of those.
biological.
Yeah, most of those aren't arbitrary stuff.
Support your local biologists.
Yeah, that's usually it's pretty seriously mathematically figured out.
Taken care of, thought about, organized. Yeah, you know, everybody. You ever like get into? Well, you know you're the type. You ever get with like any of them hippie conservation bitches that like really love bees or anything like that, or you ever like have sex with a girl that does like horse guides in Yellowstone Park or anything like that?
I'm 1 degree separated from somebody that could not understand the process of making vegan food and how much it fucks up the environment.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't understand that. She was trying to argue with me that windmills were worthwhile. I was like, no, they're not, because they cost more in carbon than they could ever replace. At least the ones we have around there, anyway.
Yeah.
The individual ones she was pointing at are the fucking scam. But
well, I don't know. I have a lot of opinions about things.
I would like it to be real, and I would like it to work right.
It's not real.
And it just doesn't work right.
It's not real. God killed the dinosaurs for a reason.
Because they started making windmills?
No, because we need the coal and because we need the coal and the oil. Here's the thing. Look at Elon. He still uses fucking oil to. He wants to like. Do you think we'll conquer space, or do you think we'll ever? I mean, I shouldn't say conquer space. Space is huge. Do you think we'll ever even get there in your lifetime, or do you think it's just mythological?
In my lifetime, I think by the time I am getting close to dying of old age, I believe that is when they will be starting to prepare to send like the first ship. Like, we're going to try to do this.
To where?
Mars, more than likely.
They're already trying to get there. You don't think they'll be there before 2030?
Well, they're sending rovers and other shit too. That stuff all takes time. And I believe with current technology, with what they've got, I think it would take 6 or 7 years just to get there. On top of all that.
Better get going.
Well, yeah,
better get going.
Would you go to Mars?
Fuck no. I don't want to go to space until they got another place that's better or like this place. And they're like, check it out. We figured out we can eat the food here. Like an Avatar. I'm not going unless it's like I can live here for a little bit.
My question is, why are we so wanting to jump to Mars and fuck the moon? Is there reasons why we can't do stuff on the moon?
Well, I think Elon, I don't know, dude. I don't fucking know anything about the moon.
Well,
I know Jeff Bezos is trying to get to fucking space too. And I don't know. Like, do you have the well, yeah, but do you have the plans of any of these people? What are they doing? Why are you going to space all of a sudden, rich guy? What's up in space, Mr. Richie Rich?
Well, look, here's some wise words to keep you from spiraling too hard.
All right.
It's something I was told a long time ago, forgot about, and then remembered again recently. Don't attribute malice, or don't attribute to malice what can be attributed to stupidity.
Well, so you think they're just doing it? Like they
could look at the fucking guys going down to the Titanic. That was such a dumb idea.
Yeah, like that.
From top to bottom, that was such a stupid thing, and they only did it because they had the money to do it. That was it. I mean, why else? There was no other reason. There was no studying going on. There was nothing for them to learn.
No purpose whatsoever. No, yeah,
there was nothing to learn.
Purpose. Huh.
And that was one of the most pathetic excuses for a homemade submarine I've ever looked at. The Civil War submarines.
Do you think that's like
better.
A psyop? Here's my question: do you think like when they do stuff to like people like that, what if those people knew something and they were like, "Here's a way," like I don't know, some government operative puts them in there. No, you're not with that?
I think their psyops are better than that.
You think they're better? So you think that's just
I think it's so stupid.
Just dumb fucking people.
I thought it was stupid.
What is that? That's just a cord.
It's a cord. It's a charger for the laptop,
All
just
right.
to be sure. Just to be sure. We don't want to lose this great thread of...
Yeah, look like a fucking tapeworm.
Well, maybe
Did you know all the fish is parasitic now, apparently?
They're all fish are parasitic.
Parasitical.
Well, here's the thing. Since we are just so lucky to have a bathroom with an earshot of the studio, I want you to tell me all about the parasitic fish while I take a piss.
Oh, okay. Well, all right, go ahead. So, guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, girls and boys, boys of all ages, and people of people, there's a lot of pressure on me right now, and that's fine, but I'm going to tell you guys that all the fish have turned parasitical these days. And, you know, I didn't want to believe it either because I like to eat sashimi. You know, I try to live high on the hog when I can. And, you know, sometimes you fail. But apparently, you're getting butthole worms from your salmon. And the pork. The pork's got butthole worms in it, too. And I think that's because of what they're eating. And I don't think that the ocean's too clean anymore. You got to think about that. Like, how much fish food are these fish really eating? Like, proper fish food. It's probably not proper. It's probably, you know, a Mountain Dew lid and maybe a little pop tab or maybe a streamer, something from New York, you know, for the holiday when they drop the ball. Maybe you got a little polyester hair from like a fake yak or something, or a zipper. So that's what your fish are eating in the ocean. And then, of course, I mean, you know, it's just like you feed these pigs. They feed these pigs bread, and the pigs got. I hope none of that picked up on the audio, but who cares? It doesn't matter. So the point is the butthole worms they're just running rampant. And I pray for you people and your butthole worms. I really hope that you figure it out. And then, yeah, I mean, there's just too much heavy metal poisoning, I think, in everybody.
So what I gathered from that is that the pigs and the fish are being parasitic now. Does that mean they're collecting food stamps? Is that what that means?
Yeah, fucking. Yeah.
Anyway.
No, yeah, something like that kind of. No, but you got to think like.
I was on food stamps, so I shouldn't.
I've been on food stamps too. Shouts out to single dads out there. You know, it's harder for us to get food stamps than it is for women, and people don't believe that. But they look at your jobs, your past careers, and so like if you've ever been successful at all in your life, they're like, you can go be successful. Mm-hmm. And it's like, hold the fucking phone. I just got these 2 kids put on me full time because baby mama decided to go to prison. So then like. Good luck, motherfucker. We're like, if I had a snatch, we're going to get real bad here. If I had a snatch, I could have rental assistance and fuel.
Phone.
And a phone. And they're like, no, because of your past success, you must always be successful now. And it's just ridiculous. Whatever. Sexism's still alive, people.
Well, that's why it's women, infants, and children, and not parents, infants, and children.
Yeah, no shit. They don't give you nothing.
Anyway, it's all about tolerance and acceptance until it's time to.
Well,
I don't know.
See,
I don't give a shit.
But we're also believers of like go and get it. Yeah. Wow. Well, it's controversial.
I tried filling out unemployment and paperwork one time, and I got it out and I filled out like the first 2 pages, and I looked at the rest of it and I was like, this would be fucking easier just to go get a job. It'll be
just
fucking
get
easier
to fucking
to work.
I can get an application put in, like, I can get 3 in this afternoon.
Yeah, I can get 3 in before I could ever even finish this paperwork.
See those birds looking at us? You see the 3? 3 little birds. You see them?
3 little birds.
By my doorstep. No shit, though. For real, look. There they are.
Yeah. Look at that. I bet it's probably pretty warm for them.
Right there.
Now.
Right there.
And that's
it's probably 20 degrees warmer than it really is. Right there, because of the sun. This is the time of year where people get ice dams. I'm going to tell you a little insurance advice. This is the time of year people get ice dams, things like that. If you're a homeowner, what you need to do is you need to check your downspouts. If there is any ice in them, just kind of keep chopping it out till it all falls out. If you are capable, do get up on your roof, try to clear out any of the ice buildup, things like that. That way you don't have leaks inside of your guttering system and into your soffit and then into your home, or you don't want any of that. So keep your house lasting longer and be more better, and that way you don't got to file an insurance claim that's going to be unpaid for because you didn't know how to take care of your home. So take care of your home. Get that ice out of there. Get that winter snow flowing. It's going to be warm. I'm sure we're going to have another cold snap after it gets warm again. So then it's going to refreeze. We're going to have a thaw and a refreeze, and so yeah.
At least 2 more, I think.
So if you're a homeowner, take care of that, and support whatever, dude. I don't give a fuck what you do. Sorry.
Your insurance tip of the day brought to you by Taylor Zaki.
I give you insurance tips. All right.
Unpasteurized insurance advice.
Unpasteurized.
That's going to be the new segment on the show. Every
yeah, you know what? We're going to have a call-in segment, and you're going to ask a question like, hey, what would you do? Like, and then someone's going to commit fraud, and then we're going to get sued, and we're going to have to get a lawyer involved so we can combat that and not actually get sued. And
we'll just have to put a disclaimer in that we're not serious.
Yeah,
you shouldn't be taking it seriously.
You're not college educated, are you? For a little bit.
I did a semester, but not.
Not like a lot.
No.
Not like degreeable.
No.
There's no. My dog ain't got no pedigree.
No. I could get a certificate probably. I could probably take a course and
I think I only
need.
Easy. I think I'm gonna like a 15 credits away from an associate's.
No shit.
I think.
Then you're more educated than me by a lot.
Cool.
Because I only got. I think I finished with like 12 credit hours. I think you need like 60.
That's it.
Well, I went for 1 semester. That was all. It was a stacked workload, though. I did a lot. Did a lot of partying too.
Yeah, college in Nebraska. That's not really. I mean, here's what's crazy about this state is we used to produce some very intelligent people.
We did. Very sharp.
Yeah. Now I don't think people are intelligent anywhere, though. I really don't think anybody's intelligent anymore. And that's a lot coming from me. But you know who's going to value my opinion?
Hopefully the people listening to this.
Yeah, hopefully you people. And if you guys do that,
you people.
Fuck. I don't know. We're working on things. We're getting it figured out.
I think all of America is, hopefully. I hope so.
It's going to be a slow healing process. And then, this administration's only got 4 years. And I don't think Elon should be the front runner of anything. It just, he's fine. Whatever. Like, I want to see the government quit spending so much money. That'd be cool and all. And if they were like, if that really were, they were like, because the government's not spending so much money, you see, you actually like, maybe you do, like Social Security starts working properly. Like that'd be, but how the fuck does that happen?
Well,
like
there's so much siphoning off and so much fraud.
Did you see all the houses listed for sale around Washington? Bruh. So yeah, there's something going on.
Yeah.
And yeah, like people shouldn't be able to do that. But then like here's the thing, like money or otherwise, like I don't know, whatever. Doesn't matter. We're going to get
the thing is with the government, I've worked for it in some form at some level from township all the way up to federal. There's always a few jobs that don't really even need to exist. They don't do anything.
It's like the union.
There's a lot of... Look, I'm not anti-union. I'm anti the union that I'm a part of because they suck.
You're part of a union.
I didn't really want to be, but it was cheap, so...
They're
bullshit, though.
Yeah, see?
They're fucking up real bad.
It's because they got too socialist.
Well, it's because it's right in their charter, number 1 rule, we will not strike. So there you have no
You can't
bargain.
strike?
Nope.
Well, what's the point of being in a union
Exactly.
if the union's not going to fucking strike?
Exactly.
Because, like, when apparently there was some shit and they were talking about the train people, because my dad worked for the union train people, and he's like, I was like, so if they shut those down, like they're going to shut all the Amtraks down in the cities.
Yeah.
I was like, if they do that, what do you do? And he's like, we ride with them. So that means like even like the trains that you see out they ain't getting touched. Those are like the rail guys, the guys who like make sure the fucking track is together.
Yeah.
Like all of them are like, nope, we're out. And so like that's the point of their job is to be like, no, fuck you. Even if like
that's the whole point of a union.
That's the only reason. Otherwise, what are you paying dues for?
Look, the unions only exist because we all agreed that maybe, just maybe, dragging the rich guys out of their house in the middle of the night and beating them until they agreed to a more favorable deal.
Don't flag us.
We agreed that wasn't the the correct thing to do. So we started doing unions and like to negotiate things properly.
I think unionism is a thing that came from fascist Italy, and we've been using it since then. You know, like, listen, there's always benefactors, and like people, and they knew that, like, you know, you've heard the term. He might be a son of a bitch, but he's our son of a bitch. They use like the mob and all that shit. You ever see that movie where John Candy and that Jewish guy, I can't think of his name, but the guy, he's like the main Jewish actor of all. The guy, they're in that movie and they're security guards. What's his fucking name? The meet was he from? And in Meet the Parents? He was in Meet the Parents. The Jewish guy.
Ben Stiller?
No, the other one.
Robert De Niro?
The motherfucker.
That's Meet the Parents.
No, dude, the guy who played the fucking porcupine dad in Over the Hedge.
Oh.
He's in like all the oh my god.
He looks like Richard
American
Gere,
Pie.
but he's not.
He's like the American Pie, Jewish dad.
The dad.
God damn
Eugene Levy.
Sure. Yeah, he's in a show. He's a huge actor.
Yeah, he's a big deal. He should have got it. Took a long time to get to that
God bless him. Shalom, Gene.
That just proves I don't see race.
No, I don't see race.
It took us so long to get to that name.
No, we don't see race or culture. We just but you know, here's the point. Where was I at? Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, shit the bed.
That's okay. Unions are okay.
They're not okay.
That's where we were. Unions are not good.
No, they're not fucking okay. Because listen, you see, you don't even get to go on strike if you're like, hey, we're mad. They're like, yeah, well, pay us your dues. Who the fuck is in charge of this process?
Oh, a dickhead named Brian Renfro. He's a piece of shit.
Do you have a picture of him in the office?
No, but I could show you a picture of him pretty quick.
Well, no, we're going to pull up Brian Renfro. No, you know what? Let's not even mention his name.
He's a piece of trash.
And he runs what union, and who is he now?
The NALC, the National Association of Letter Carriers.
You hear that? And who all belongs to the NALC?
Most letter carriers.
So is that like FedEx people, or is that mostly
that's all post office.
That's all United States Postal Service. So being a part of the United States Postal Service, a federal agency per se, you also have to be a part of this union.
I don't have to be part of the union, but they won't fight my cases if I'm not.
And what are your cases?
Like if I have some like disciplinary action or something.
Oh, like if you were doing bond rips?
If management is like trying to get rid of me because they don't like me or something. If I'm not a member,
so they're trying to stay. So like,
then I'll be stuck fighting that on my own.
Okay,
because there's a lot of wrongful termination at the post office.
Who judges terminations at the post office?
Postmasters usually.
And what kind of wrongful terminations do we see at the post office?
Like a person will get bit by a dog, and then they'll be fired for being bit by a dog.
For why now?
Because they might not have followed particularly exactly the procedure of what you're supposed to do.
What is the procedure that you're supposed to do to not get bit by somebody's fucking chaotic dog?
They give you a pepper spray.
Do they really?
Yeah.
And how many mailmen carry their pepper spray on the hip?
Not on the hip.
Do
it's
you?
usually on the satchel.
Now, it's on the satchel.
It's on the satchel. Because the second step is if the dog's coming in too close, you're supposed to try and get the satchel in the dog's mouth so the dog doesn't get to you.
Do they do like a 2-week training on this, like a physical?
You do
training?
like a 3-day.
That's hilarious. So like, do they have like the guy that brings like a Belgian Malinois out and he's in a suit and he's like, "What you gonna do?"
We don't do that.
It's all videos, isn't it?
It's all
animated videos.
This is sitting at a table and this is what you're supposed to do if a dog comes after you. That's your training for that. So
there's a lot of wrongful firings because people get bit by dogs.
There's a lot of that. There's just a lot of the postal service operates on like an 80% turnover rate.
Is that just poor staffing decisions? Or do we have a bad crop of people trying to become?
What it is a big management thing. They seem to find that it's cheaper to fire and hire people than it is to keep an employee, which is completely backwards from any business book you ever read.
Yeah, well, it's the federal government. So, all right. So you can get wrongly fired. So basically, if Lucas gets bit by a dog and then he's like, man, I tried to pepper spray this dog, and then there was another dog. These people got 2 or 3 dogs, and they're biting you, and so you karate kick one, and you bust that dog's jaw to fuck. You're ready, because that dog was going to kill you. He was going to rip your throat out. And so you fucked that dog up really good, right? You were wearing steel toes that day for some reason. You were ready. Does the union... So the union's going to be like, hey, when you're in court they're trying to sue not just you. So yeah. Do they sue
it's
you
more
as the mailman, or are they going to sue the federal government as the postal service?
For what? For killing their dog?
Because you didn't kill the dog. You beat the fucking shit out of the dog. You gave the dog. The dog's got a broken jaw and a broken front shoulder. You fucking kicked that thing good 2, 3, 6 times. You got it up against the grate, and you just started kind of stomping. Because it's a dog. And it was deadly. And there's 2 other ones. And so, like, obviously it was the ringleader. Dogs are kind of like people. If you hit the one, the other 2 kind of, you know? So, yeah. You took charge. Your pepper spray didn't work. You tried to swing your little baton around or whatever, the bag, the letter bag, which I'm sure you could fucking wreck a dog's day if you hit him with a 10-pound sack of letters. But you fucked this dog up. Is long story short. You Bruce Lee'd the fuck out of this dog. Do you get sued as Lucas, or does the mail company, the Federal Agency of Mail, get lawsuited? And is that what the union's for?
The union's not really for lawsuits. The union is strictly for, like, in between the employees and management.
Do you get to elect the representatives that are in charge of the union?
We're supposed to, yeah.
How do you feel about these people? Now, you know what? Keep your job. Don't say nothing.
I haven't seen one good thing. I haven't seen one good thing out of my union elected officials. Not a goddamn one. We're sitting right now on a contract that was supposed to be negotiated. It was supposed to start in 2023. They still haven't negotiated it yet. They still haven't finalized it. And you know when this contract expires? 2026. So by the time...
What do you mean? So it's still not finalized?
Yeah. The contract that we're operating on currently has not been negotiated yet.
So that's the kind of thing that we need people to get fired from. Yeah. So like if we could redo that, that's cool and all.
It's like I feel the same way I do about communism, about unions. I think it's a great idea.
It's a communist idea.
I think it's a great idea, and if it would work right, it would be awesome. But human nature won't allow for that kind of thing to work properly. You know?
It can't at that large of a scale.
No. And small doses it could, but human nature will never allow for, like, because all it takes is one greedy fuckhead to ruin it all and to screw up the whole system. You know, somebody great, I believe, once told me the best form of government is a monarchy with a benevolent leader, and the worst form of government is a monarchy with a bad leader.
Doesn't benevolent mean evil?
No, benevolent's like good. I'll look up a dictionary definition.
Yeah, I
to be like
a dictionary. But
benevolent is like the anyway. Before
I thought a synonym to benevolent is ominous. Am I wrong? I could be wrong.
Benevolence is a desire to do good to others.
Oh well, that's beautiful.
Goodwill, charitableness, to be filled with benevolence towards one's fellow creatures.
Well, now
antonyms is malevolence.
Malevolence.
That's okay. So a good way to say it.
Malicious malevolence.
Yes.
Okay.
The worst form of government is a monarchy with a malevolent dictator.
Bitches.
And then the best form of government is a monarchy with a
but
benevolent.
We don't live in a monarchy.
No, we don't. And that's what I'm saying. Long term, it has to be.
Monarchy's better.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
You know, this used to be a republic.
Well, it's still supposed to be.
It's still say, but
it would be if it worked right. It's got a lot of fat on it. We got good bones. I think we got good bones for a perfect country.
We got great bones.
We just need to shed off. We're about 787 pounds. We're about 5'6" and 700 pounds. So we need to cut.
5'6". Are we gonna grow at all, or are we just gonna lose weight?
I think we can grow, but we also need to lose weight. We need to lose weight so we can grow.
What do you think? I mean, good God. Gravity's holding us down.
Because we're still a young country.
We're very young. Rule. You know, China's been around, like, organized China's been around for 5,000 plus years.
Before writing.
Fuck. Yeah, before, like, and we're over here, we're not even 250 years old yet.
It's insane when you are in this country and you find a building that is 100 years old.
Well, they're all over.
It's mind-boggling.
Well,
I mean, you find a lot of them.
A lot of them all the time, but.
Like, just, there's no buildings that are that old.
I know, now there's children in the halls everywhere.
They can't hear that on the mics.
They don't have the mic. Oh, well. People. We're in a new country.
You people.
You people. Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, things used to be built out of, like, brick. Remember brick?
Yeah. I work in a brick building. I work in a 38 building. You know about the 38 buildings?
What?
1938, the what the hell was it called? The civil... I can't remember the real name for it, but it was basically like to recover from the Great Depression. The government built a bunch of buildings. That's where like a bunch of civic centers, all those kinds of things,
those like libraries,
the dam at Spencer,
and stuff.
like big libraries, post offices, all kinds of buildings like that, all made for the. They were all made in 1938. That was the year that the Green New Deal maybe was what it was called, or the New Deal,
the New Deal, FDR,
FDR, the New Deal stuff.
Huh.
It was to bring unemployment down and boost the economy
by making people federal employees working for libraries.
But they paid. I don't think they made them federal employees. I think they were all contracted laborers.
But the government
paid them.
Now, do you some people say FDR, he won World War II, he's a good guy. Some people say that he was a malevolent bastard, cripple fuck.
Part of me feels like part of me has always felt like maybe he was faking it.
I think he,
Was you think he was faking it? Although he had a special car made that he could drive.
He had plans. Fucking like Churchill didn't really like him.
Mm-mm.
But I didn't really like, I don't really, you get to know about any of these people who are in control of any of these imperialistic nations. Kind of makes you fucking go, hey now. But, old FDR, I don't know, whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. Theodore Roosevelt was better. But and FDR fucked his cousin. Which I'm not going to hold anybody to a fire. I mean, where we're from, we've seen people fucking get married off pretty crazily.
I've seen people have sex with their mentally handicapped sister.
You've seen that? Or
I didn't watch it happen, but I've met the guy.
Yeah.
I met him and I turned to my friends. I was like,
on that.
He's a real odd fucking duck, isn't he? And they're like, yeah, he had sex with his retarded sister. Oh, well.
There was a kid.
I'm glad I picked up the vibe.
There was a kid down the street that did that. Yeah. God damn. Nebraska, we got to worry. Is it something in the water?
I don't think it's something in the water. I think it's. I think that kind of stuff happens everywhere. I think we just see it here, and that's not the kind of stuff you post about. That's not because you don't want people knowing. Like deep down, maybe there is still some shame in this country.
Just for
sex crimes, though.
But we're gonna all be honest here. On the same token, we all have a hot cousin.
Hot cousins are the worst.
And that's exactly why.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
It's the worst having hot cousins.
It's the worst. See, Einstein fucked his cousins, too.
Did he know?
Yeah, apparently it's a thing.
You're not such a smart fucking guy, huh?
I hate to be weird about it, but like I said, I think these people have been cousin fucking longer than they haven't. And that would explain a lot of, like, whatever's going on. I think most people, like, occasionally you get, like, just pure settlers and new genes into the thing. But like where we're from, like you look at Appalachia, you look at the South where people have been there for a while.
They get isolated.
People get stagnant even in their own little spot. So yeah. I mean here's the thing. Like if you sat with your great grandpa and he told you all the names that he knew he was related to, compared to the ones that you know that you're related to now, like you would probably add 10 more names of like of people that are local to you. Mm-hmm. So like if I go to a fucking graveyard with my grandpa in the county that he grew up in as a kid, he's like, oh, that's a relative. I'm like, fuck, okay. So now you gotta like if
can't fuck that corpse.
Yeah, and so not the corpse, but like if you're like, oh well, goddamn, like I'm you're not related to anybody in that last name anymore, but at some point.
You were.
You're just like you. After 2 or 3 generations, you don't remember that, and then like what happens? So how many people are fucking their cousins around? Probably a lot more than you'd think.
Probably a lot more than
you'd think. Especially like where we live, where like I said, like luckily I don't have that problem. I do try to kind of keep that down and like know like hey, don't fucking.
That's why. That's why out there you see a lot more like age-gapped relationships being like okay.
Well, yeah, and how many times have you met somebody, especially a girl, at like an event, graduation party, something like that, and then there's a relative of yours there, maybe like a third or fourth cousin, and then it's like, hey, we're related to this person, and you're like, oh, right?
Yeah,
all the time.
Now I've got a bad boner.
Now I've got a bad boner. So yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, wow, this got really personal and honest. But yeah, no, so you know exactly what I'm fucking talking about because it happens all the time. You're like, oh, who's this chick I've never met before? And then your crazy cousin Dawn comes running up and she's like, oh, I see you've met. Blah, 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 blah. And then you're like, yeah, I've met her. You want to do dirty things because that hot cousin.
Yeah.
Yep. Even though she's like your eighth cousin. So, there's a little bit of blood in there, but you know who calls it?
Close enough.
Close enough, right?
If you know I think if you know your cousins, then you're wrong.
It's wrong. But like said, how many we've seen it and we see it. You went to a completely different continent for your bloodline, for your future bloodline, and I respect that. And yeah, I mean, I kind of did too. Granted, probably not. I don't know. Mine's Slavic, so I don't know. And I've thrown my bloodline into Mexican, Irish, and Slav. So that's where,
spreading them out.
Spreading them out. I want one of every color.
I've said that for so long.
I would love an Asian baby.
That's one thing I used to say on stage all the time.
You want an Asian one?
I want an Asian.
You don't want an Asian one? I want a little yellow guy.
The one thing I used to say on stage all the time is like, I'd say something wild about fucking girls, and a girl would woo, and I would say, hey, I got colored kids, but I don't got that color yet. So you be careful.
Yeah. See, and that's for you women out there. You be careful. You know, I'm
in a happy, loving relationship right now. You can see my Valentine's Day presents right over your fucking shoulder.
Hell yeah! I made a roast, and my kids made hearts. I got hearts all the fuck over, little paper mache cutout hearts. I got them hanging from fishing line in my hallway. So when you walk down the hallway, all these hearts blow. Oh yeah, it's real delicate.
That's cute.
Yeah, we had snowflakes for the longest time in there because there was snow season. Now it's heart season, but. I told them they need to make horseshoes and what are those little things called, the little flower plants? Clovers. Because it's going to be St. Patrick's Day. How do you feel about St. Valentine? He was a Catholic.
Yeah, his whole thing was like it has nothing to do with love. Like it.
I don't think not like love like how we're calling it. It's not like boy and girl sex love. It's like
he was like marrying people in secret, if I remember correctly. Like that was like his big thing because at the time.
They were prosecuting him?
Now, again, this is 10 years after I've learned about it, and I've never read up about it since, so I might be a little fuzzy on shit. But if I recall where St. Valentine lived, and in his time he was like a priest or a monk, and Christianity was like outlawed. You weren't allowed to be married under Christianity or anything like that. So he would like marry couples in secret as like a major fuck off to the government.
Fuck the government. Mm-hmm. Well, good.
And then, of course, about the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. You know about that?
No.
That was Chicago. Al Capone. It had been the 30s. It was during Prohibition.
Al Capone got in a shootout in a bank or what?
No, he had all of his competitors murdered all on the same day. Like,
oh, that's brilliant, though.
That stuff from movies where they're like, we're going to kill each of the enemies all at once. Yeah. It's kind of all based off of that whole day.
You think you could do that anymore?
Not like that. Not to that scale. Not like that anymore. There's too many cameras now.
Do you think?
I think there's too many cameras.
Would that be a return to normalcy, like these Democrats talk about? They're always like, we got to return to normal. What is a return to normalcy?
We will not return to normalcy.
You think it's going to get worse, no matter what? I think so.
I don't know about worse.
I
different.
think it's going to get worse.
I'm saying different. I'm not going to call it worse until I see it, but I'm saying different for sure because. The normalcy. First of all, normalcy is no such thing. But it's so like in Nebraska, right here. Say 50 years ago, it would have taken us a week to find out about what Elon's doing, right?
Or longer.
Well,
depends. What time are we in?
Maybe.
So a couple days.
At least a couple days.
It's got to hit the papers.
We know it instantly now.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody knows everything everywhere in the country instantly, right away. That's why I don't think we'll ever go back to normalcy because human beings across the planet have never been so connected. I say that like 50 to 80 years ago, we could have been an incredible. Libertarian would have been the way to go for this country.
Yeah.
But I don't think we are. I think we are way too connected now to not have some sort of like.
Knowing you got to know,
huh?
An overlord or what?
Not an overlord,
but
that's too much. But
people
there
have
needs to be some kind of organization amongst all of us.
And that's my question: is like, okay, so it seems like in today's world things are getting way more and more crazy, possibly like, and maybe like the rule of law and morality seems to be challenged a lot more now.
Could be.
So like, what happens there? You know, like now, they're gonna start putting armed guards on fucking trains again because they can't pull out of rail yards in California and Seattle and places like that without people fucking stealing shit off trains. So how long do we got? People fucking steal shit, like, and that's why everybody's got a goddamn camera out front.
Mm-hmm.
So at what point do people? Because like eventually, if it does get bad and continues to get bad, people already get caught for that. But then what happens when someone like really fucking like 10 people were killed today by the Union Pacific Railroad turned into a shootout. So then what? You know?
Well, I mean, fuck, dude, history's all cyclical. We're going right back into cops and trains and robbers and shit.
Well, yeah, but we have cameras and know everything at the same time. So it's like this weird fucking Tron Legacy style shit. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. It's also interesting where there are gaps in having cameras, too.
Like where the cameras aren't?
Yeah. Like places where cameras are not.
Yeah.
That's kind of mind-boggling sometimes. There's lots of gaps in there. Also, you got to keep in mind, for as long as human beings have existed, there have always been thieves. There have always been people that will take the work
Thieves will be dealt with. No, I don't know.
There have always been people that will take the hard work of somebody else just because they don't want to do it themselves.
Yeah, but break their fucking shins. Why don't we break people's shins anymore?
Because we're civilized.
How civilized are we?
We're about to find out.
That's just it. When do we find out? Do you think
we find out when the power goes out? We find out when stuff stops working. That's when you find out.
So some people say that 2025 is going to be the year of terrorism. Do you follow that theory?
I don't know if I follow that theory, but I feel like we are due for a real terrorist attack.
So, I mean, they blew that fucking firework truck, Tesla truck up in front of Trump Tower or whatever, and then that guy hit all those people in New Orleans.
I don't think those were terrorist
attacks. I don't
I think the call was coming from inside the house.
Well, the call always comes from inside the house, it seems like. But so Trump's in now, right? Mm-hmm. And it seems like they like to make a lot of fucking phone calls from inside the house when Trump's in. And I don't know. I feel like Elon wants to put chips in everybody's brains and have all their cars connected to his power grid thingy.
Now that I'm against. I'm
yeah,
against all
well,
that.
and then like with the AI stuff, I think the AI stuff's out of fucking line. Like we don't really fucking know what's going on at all. So, how am I, as a human who's like, I just want humans to be able to build nice houses or take care of, like, how am I supposed? What the fuck?
Here's how I feel about AI. I always say thank you.
Thank you to AI.
I always, anytime, I rarely ever use Siri, but when I do use Siri, when I'm done, I say thank you. And she goes, well, of course.
Yeah. So I ripped all the Google Homes out of my house. I did.
I don't want anything like that. I don't want none of that. I don't want the thermostat connected to the internet.
Yeah, but like if you have a phone,
like that.
That's what's crazy though. If you have a phone, you're pretty much connected. And then apparently all these new modems send out like waves to like photo capture your house.
Like an echolocation type thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know Roombas do that. Roombas make a map of your house.
So here's the thing. Somebody's got fucking 80% of everybody's DNA from spitting in a tube trying to figure out if they were Caucasian or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep. And then everybody's got a fucking Roomba and a goddamn Amazon Alexa. All of it, all the time. Somebody's always there. And then, you go to Whole Foods.
I've been there, yeah.
Yeah. You can pay with your arm.
I don't want none of that.
Amazon, you can pay on Amazon with your arm. You get a tattoo or something, a chip.
I blow too much money as it is.
Well, but still, like, yeah, what the fuck is that?
That's not good, I don't think.
Why does Amazon need to be in charge of food? Like,
they should be.
See, localized dairy farming is the solution, and I don't know what to do.
Well, we need to bring back trading piano lessons for milk.
Yeah,
we need to bring back a barter and trade, barter for goods and services. I can do this. I'm a carpenter, and you're a dairy farmer. You're not good at carpentry. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll come over there and I'll fix all the wood you got over there for, a gallon of milk a week.
Cheese, dude.
Yeah, a gallon of milk and a block of cheese a week.
So, my great grandpa, he was a milkman, and that's when the dairy was local. So like what happens is depending. Most of the time, they would haul their own milk into the dairy, and then however many gallons or ounces is what they'd pay you for, right? It's just like if you produced cattle, you used to bring them to the sale barn, and then you would auction off the cattle and get the value, and then like the sale barn was kind of a middleman in there. Well, the milkman, like the dairy, would take your milk, put it in jars, and then you could
sell it. Yeah,
and they would sell it, or they'd turn it into cottage cheese or butter or whatever. And then, you would have your local milkman go out and deliver it. Gone. That's gone. And there's Highland Dairy here in Omaha, and you would think that people would give a fuck. Why don't people give a fuck? Is it because they're all foreign now?
I think people just don't give a shit about milk. I don't understand it.
I don't think people give a fuck about what they eat.
No,
truly.
I'm trying to care more. I mean, look at all the poison I'm eating right here.
Yeah.
But, I try to give more of a shit now than I ever did before.
Well, it's hard, and it sounds like.
And you know what? The stuff that I used to chow down on, stuff like Little Debbie's.
Oh.
And man, get me some like a Swiss cake roll.
Yeah, Swiss cake. Yeah.
The little strawberry shortcake rolls were good too. A little cosmic brownie. Oh, you dig into it.
I was a fat kid. I used to drink a 2-liter of pop and eat 2 cosmic
It doesn't taste good. It doesn't taste the same.
Not anymore.
It tastes like poison.
Well, it's different now. It does taste like poison.
And so does cereal. Cereal used to be my favorite thing in the whole wide world.
And
I would mixing bowls. I'd eat 3 or 4 of them a day of fucking cereal and milk. A fresh milk and fresh cereal every time. I would drink gallons of milk a day. And,
God damn. All right.
And they it doesn't taste good anymore. It tastes like poison. You feel like you're eating something bad.
Well, it is bad.
It is.
It is bad. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
It's not like these delicious peach rings. These don't taste like I'm eating something bad.
Well, those scare me a little bit. The gelatinous. They used to make gelatin out of beef fat.
This kind. I looked it up once.
Can't say the brand.
No free plugs on here. We're no free sponsorship. Even once we start doing cameras, we're going to cover up these labels.
We're covering up labels.
Until we're getting paid, your fucking logos and shit aren't coming on here. That's the only editing I'm going to do.
All right, I like it.
Ooh, yeah. Corn syrup, sugar, water, gelatin, citric acid.
Yeah.
Artificial flavor, lactic acid.
Oof.
Pestin.
That sounds so good for you.
PECTIN.
Yeah, I bet that's good.
Yeah. FD&C yellow, number 5.
Ooh.
Titanium dioxide.
Oh, yeah, that heavy metal. That's that heavy metal.
For the color.
Oh.
FD&C red, number 40.
Yeah. All the good stuff.
But, look at that. That's an American product.
Oh, because they tell you where they're based out of. Some Chinese guys over there cutting peachos out with a lever.
God damn.
That's like Snickers is in Blair or whatever.
No.
Is it the headquarters of fucking Snickers in Blair?
Is it?
Pretty sure.
I was unaware of that.
Pretty sure. Pull it up, Jamie. No.
We do need a Jamie. That's who we need somebody running this shit so I don't have to keep
fucking looking at it. We also need artists and girls that pull their tits out every once in a while. So if you guys know anybody, need sketch artists for drawings.
Yeah. Anybody.
I put that on Snapchat.
However, though, I don't think we're going to upload this until after we get
it's not getting uploaded for a long time. And so if you do hear this, follow us. Apply on LinkedIn and hit one of us up. And
yeah, we'll definitely figure something out. We'll put the feelers out there into the unfelt. We're gonna go hang up flyers at the campus downtown.
Yeah. Which one? Creighton, the Catholic one?
Well, I mean both.
We could hang up. Yeah, you know what?
Why not both? ¿Por qué no los dos?
¿Por qué no los dos? The guys, shout out to the UNO Mavericks hockey team. The guy that drives a little Zamboni go-kart around and throws the fish on the ice. I know him, so we can have a party. Let's see if we can throw some fish on the ice.
His name Devin?
No, he goes by Gonzo. Doesn't matter. I think his name's Greg or Don McVeigh, and I can't remember right now because I only know him as Gonzo for my whole childhood.
But you know him, huh?
The guy who throws the ice out with the go-kart Zamboni.
Because I know a guy that during my semester of college, I hung out with this dude all the time that he now works. I think he now works for UNO for like the grounds. I'm not gonna say his name. We haven't spoken in years, so
if UNO hockey wants to give us tickets,
I would love it. I've never been to a real life hockey game.
Well, you know what?
I love hockey.
We will fucking make UNO hockey national. Let's make UNO hockey national. That's what we're here to do. We're gonna make UNO. We're gonna make the Mavs. Do they even have a fucking hockey team?
The Mavs?
They should still have a hockey team. Right?
I believe so.
Still, right? They used to practice at the YMCA in Fremont.
Yeah?
Yeah, apparently they got a big old Y in Fremont.
Holy shit. I had no idea.
Well, that's because you don't listen to school.
That's true. I barely do. Oh man, I think he got rid of his social media.
Who?
The guy I was talking about. Doesn't matter. Fuck it.
Fuck it doesn't matter.
Fuck it doesn't matter.
Hold on, I got to send money to my children. How embarrassing.
Oh boy.
How fucking embarrassing.
So how you feeling? We're at an hour and 11 minutes.
We're pulling.
How you feeling? Do you have a hard out?
A hard out? What do you mean a hard out?
Like a time you had to leave by?
Oh, probably in a half hour at most, or at least, or whatever.
Okay.
I just got to give them money because she's complaining about the grocery store. The cost of food. The cost of food and amenities is out of hand.
That's absurd.
It's absolutely absurd. It's absolutely absurd.
There's nothing good about it. Nothing right at all.
Okay, well, there just went a fucking $100 like that.
Just like
that. You
just
click continue,
like
and then it
that.
gets proved. Just like that. So yeah, we got to fix that. We got to figure out something about that and how to make the money better for people because this shit's out of hand.
We certainly do. This
$12 an hour don't really get too far when a damned old Coke costs 2 and a dime.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's a song.
Is it?
Yeah, someone wrote that.
That's a good line.
It's a good line. Yeah. $12 an hour don't really get too far. When a damned old bottle of Coke costs 2 and a dime. That's how he sings it.
2 and a dime. He's getting a fucking steal.
Yeah. Dude. Everything. Yeah, dude, this is bad. Remember when you could get like a bottle of pop for like $1 something? $1.12?
Mm-hmm.
$1.10, $1.39. You were like, you get a whole ass bottle. Remember when a can of pop was 50 cents at a gas station even, nonetheless. Mm-hmm. 50 cents. Quarter pops. I remember dime soda pops out of a goddamn machine. A dime.
I remember when Doc 360.
Yeah. No, I don't, but yeah, I kind of.
When that came out, all their machines, 30 cents. Up until like 5-6 years ago, they were all still 30 cents a can.
Really?
30 cents.
Well, that's not too bad.
Yeah, I think they were dying.
Yeah, they're done.
I think they were dying.
I would go to the Dollar General to get a tall boy of Pepsi, the 16-ounce cans, and they went up from $1 to $1.25. And you can better fucking believe that I'm supporting Royal Crown Cola. Well, no brands, but I'm drinking RC now. Well, because it's still $1, just $1.
Here's my thing. Wow, that sounds so much better.
Now it's gonna sound great.
Now it's gonna sound great for the last 20 minutes. I can't believe that is all that took. Yeah, dude, RC, that's where it's at. Royal Crown Cola.
Yeah, Royal Crown.
Hell yeah, Royal Crown Cola.
I'll fuck with a Royal Crown Cola.
Hell yeah.
Honestly,
it's been a long time since I've had one.
You ever had a Yule Mist?
Yule Mist?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
The Swedes make it. The Swedes make Yule Mist. It's a seasonal drink, but it's kind of cola-y, but it's got like some like nutmeg, like some like, what do you call, like what I'd call like an old fashioned, like like that, like the tingy. What am I fucking trying to
Tingle.
Yeah,
nice
nutmeg
tingle.
or whatever the seasonings are. So it's like seasoned cola for the Christmas season. I fuck with it. You ever have an ice cream soda? You mix it with some Yule Mist. It's fucking decent.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming you've had cheer wine.
Cheer wine?
Cheer wine.
Probably. I've had lots of different kinds of
it's
wines.
like cherry soda pop.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll get some cheer wine.
We'll cheer wine.
We'll cheer wine. One of these next episodes, we'll have a cheer wine. And,
all right.
All sugar. It's no good for you. It's like one of those 1930s sodas. That
you ever have corn cob wine? Good thing of corn cob wine.
No, I haven't.
You take the sweet corn cobs after, some people...
Do you eat them, or do you eat off them, or do you slice it off?
Here's the thing. Realistically, you could. And if you're going to bake it, if you're making large batch and you're going to, if you're like freezing cream corn and stuff, I recommend doing it that way. But like if you were like, I'm going to make my own little batch, you could probably eat a few ears of corn and do it yourself.
Just the cobs, though.
Just the cobs.
Dekernelified.
Yeah. Dekernelified corn. You throw that in a bucket with some yeast and some sugar and some water. Get yourself a corn cob wine. It's good. It's good.
I've had corn cob jelly.
Yeah, you can do anything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All you need is the juice. Corn's got the juice. So that black kid said, remember? It's got the juice. Corn. Nope.
Which
I don't know. There was some fucking shit that went viral, and I thought it was stupid. But some kid's like, yeah, of course it's corn. It's got the juice. And then somebody made a fucking EDM song to it. So you know how the stupid people
I thought maybe
they just fall in.
I thought that's maybe why it took you so long to get to the game today, is because you were listening to little black.
No,
kids
it's
talk about juice.
because I don't live in fucking Omaha.
I don't live here either.
I know, but you were here. You were here last night. Weren't you here last night?
Yeah, I got.
Yeah, you got here last night. I don't live in fucking Omaha. Apparently, it snowed. There's blowing snow. And these people, you fucking people, in your goddamn car. I hate driving in the wintertime when, first of all, I don't mean this in a bad way, but I think there's a lot of people coming into Nebraska that ain't never seen snow before.
Yeah, that's factual.
Fuck, dude.
That's
what the
fact.
fuck?
That is a fact.
And so, yeah, it's just crazy. We're dealing with new people from, like I said, even from California. It's not just, they're from all over. They're fucking showing up here for some reason. TikTokers and such, but I don't know, man. So, yeah, there was some snow. And I thought I was going to be here 10:10. Didn't fucking show up till 10:15 because people apparently there's a bunch of stoplights you got to hit in Papillion. This fucking place, if Omaha's such a city and metropolitan area, it should be much easier to fucking coast around the goddamn place. It shouldn't take 45 minutes to get fucking anywhere in the goddamn city. But it is what it is.
It is. You're looking at a minimum of 20 to 25 minutes. 35 since we smoke, but
well, yeah, but fuck, dude,
it shouldn't take that long. It doesn't seem to matter where you want to go. That's how long it takes.
They wanted to prosecute me at that YMCA too. That took a fucking.
Oh fuck, dude.
I stood there probably 20 minutes.
It took me about 18, I think, from the point where I started.
Yeah, I was standing there 20 fucking minutes trying to walk into a goddamn basketball game, and she wants to fucking ask me my life story.
I know, man. I had to give her my ID and my phone number, an emergency contact phone number.
For what? He's here. I got a guy that'll take me to the hospital right now.
If I die, I'll die.
Yeah. Oh my God. People these days.
Who's your emergency contact? The fucking hospital.
Yeah, call 911.
Yeah. If it's bad enough you think you need to call somebody, then call them.
I think there's plenty of people that would have taken you to the hospital if need be.
God, could you imagine Shank taking me to the hospital?
Nurse Shank taking you to the hospital?
Just flashing his badge at everybody.
Nurse Shank, dude.
Let me through.
Where do you think that picture's from?
Ooh.
Normandy? That looks like rapeseed. You see the yellow?
Yeah, why do they call it that?
Because it's rapey.
Is it?
I don't know. It's called canola or rapeseed. Now that's probably Washington.
That's
maybe Oregon.
You think it's Washington, Oregon?
I bet that's more West Coast. You think that's East Coast, or do you think that's Phoebe?
If I was going to guess,
Michigan.
I'd say Northern Appalachia.
That's so Maine. Northeast, the Northeast there, Pennsylvania,
maybe a little southerner, maybe a little Pennsylvania.
Appalachia runs clear up
because
the
mountains are rounded. The mountains are rounded off.
Yeah, but that's the same way over there on the West Coast too. They got them like roundy mountains.
Yeah, I guess I've never seen the far West Coast mountains. I've seen the Rockies and I've seen the ones that are around.
That looks like
Vegas.
A golf course.
Yeah, that looks like a foreign golf course though, like a British. Or Spanish one, maybe.
What's your favorite brand of olive oil?
My favorite brand of olive oil, the extra virgin.
That's a kite type, but okay.
I don't buy enough olive oil to have brand loyalty.
There's top producing countries for olives, and I guess it's Greek, Spain, and Italy. And apparently, I don't.
That's definitely Rocky Mountains, right?
No, that's Japan.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm
not
I've
fucking
never been
there.
to Japan either. The name of the
I know that guy. I know that guy. No, I know Connor O'Neill.
That's General John O'Neill's son.
Yeah, I know like 3 Connor O'Neills. They're all over. Did anybody shovel the snow? See,
nobody shovels snow anymore.
Nobody shovels fucking snow. And you pay these people to do something. Now that's either the Rockies or that's like way up in Nordic territory. But that's pretty high. That's some fucking rugged shit. Martin, that's definitely that's over there. That's the Norwegian area.
Yeah, what the fuck are those? The Alps?
Dalsalpine. Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably where they found that fucking frozen Neanderthal fella.
Well, and yeah, probably. Did you know Norway? If you're a resident of Norway, you have like access to every fucking inch in Norway.
That's cool.
You can legally go wherever you want in Norway.
Those countries have a much smaller population than you think they do.
Yeah. Yeah, really white too. Really white.
Quite white.
Well,
so white that we don't seem white to them.
Yeah, they can't cook though. That's their problem. They got no.
I'd see that being Japan.
That could be Romania, dude.
That could be Romania.
That looks very Romanian.
Just for the people listening, we're just watching the Google featured photos that are popping up on my girlfriend's TV.
With a Laotian table.
Yeah, that's what we've been talking about.
Yeah, and, sorry. We're doing the best we can here. We've been kind of all over. Try to tell you guys how to take care of your houses, Oh, yeah, make sure and keep your pipes warm. You don't need a bursted pipe this time of year. Check your heat pumps. Change out your fucking your vent filters. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep your pipes warm. Keep them clean.
Warm. Pipes. Keep your clean pipes. Yeah. Keeping your pipe clean is probably more important than they don't really teach that, and they don't teach you about how these hoses gonna operate either.
We'll teach you though.
Yeah,
we'll teach you how these hoses operate. What's up?
Well, they didn't tell you how women get possessive and take over you. They never taught you that in 7th grade health class when they're like, "Now here's a vagina," and you're like, "Okay, don't come in it," and then.
Yeah, nobody's ever taught me that ever. I had to
come
learn.
In a vagina, or
I had to. It's been a hard knock life out here.
God, it's a hard knock life,
isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Fatherhood's fine though. It's. I recommend it. I think that's the problem. I think you have so many guys who just aren't dads, and like when we grew up, even like people like. Even people who were, you're like, this guy's not doing well off. He's still fucking. And what I mean? He had 3 marriages or something, and then, like, he cheated on every single one of them with the waitress. Yeah, with the waitress who was half his age. Like, what happened to these people? Like, where did they go? Like, now everybody, like, you go to the bars. Some of these people, they're, like, 38, and they're just sad, and they're just sitting there drinking, and, like, they're not even getting pussy. Or butthole, whatever they want. I don't care. They're not fucking.
As soon as I started, like, hanging out in this city single, I realized almost instantly I need to have a serious girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
I can't,
you got to dedicate yourself.
Especially if guys that be like, oh, I couldn't do it. I just strike out. If you're striking out with women in Omaha, you are doing very badly.
They're looking.
They're all looking, and they're throwing it. They're throwing it around.
Well, this is not a PSA to move to this city because they're not. Let's discuss the women of Omaha here. Let's just be really honest. It's like a classification of 3 to 7s, like just a big dedicated field.
Yeah. There's a handfuls of 10s. There's obviously always going to be your
outliers. There's always a few 10s.
There's always going to be your outliers, but
yeah, and then
but also per capita highest STD rate in the country.
Highest in the city. These people are disgusting. And again, like I said, they're just big city cousin fuckers. Like, and we're rural, so we understand. We believe in breeding stock. We pay attention to what's going on. and like we know, like I said, you go to the graveyard with your grandpa and you figure out whose last name you don't touch, because in a small town you're going to touch a couple last names. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And but these people in the city, they don't know how to avoid it.
No, they don't.
No. Do you think now we're out in the city life kind of a little bit more than other people some nights, and like it's greasy, but like, do you think these college girls aren't capable of what they were when we were going to school? These college girls are not capable of what women were doing when we were going to school. As
not
far as
not capable in what way?
Partying, handling their coke, anything.
No, the substance they can't handle their booze,
and they're all
they can't handle any of it anymore, and but they also seem a lot looser than they were.
And not even like in a fun way.
No, in like a you disgust me kind of way.
Yeah,
like almost like a I need to fuck you before I get to know you, because once I get to know you, I won't want to fuck you.
It's not that we're sitting here saying that some of them aren't hot or even good looking or beautiful, whatever you want to call it. But like, it's just the fact that like, oh my God, they're just slutted out. So like, I mean, everybody wants to ride the fucking carousel and go around on the fucking horse one time, but like, that's all you are. See you later.
And
these women
don't
definitely understand that.
You don't want to be on the carousel when it breaks down.
How many you're from rural America? Like I said, we kind of started partying where we're like you would go to the different little towns. So like I said, you got Thirsty Thursday, you're in Elgin for some reason, and then you end up in fucking Humphrey, then you're in Wausau. And like I said, you see the same girl at that party 3 times in a row, at each different party, and then she finally grabs your wiener and starts making out with you. You would talk to that girl. Like, that's just it. I don't know. Like, they do this thing where people say they're talking, but I don't think they talk like we used to talk. I mean, when we were talking, we were laying fucking pipe. I don't know. It's all goofy.
You ever go to the Rumbles?
Like the band?
Yeah, in Ewing.
No, I've never been to the Rumbles in Ewing.
Well, it's too late now. We're too old now.
It's over? I knew a girl from Ewing. Dirty girl.
I knew a couple girls from Ewing.
They're dirty people. God bless them.
There's a couple good ones, but mostly dirty.
That ranch money, which is mind-blowing because, looking back, I've had chances to like, okay, you actually finally get one. You're like, she's got her, like, and you want to try maybe because you want a piece of that ranch,
mm-hmm.
and you just can't. There's just fucking
you can't do it. Oh, I know. I was a sugar baby. I dated a doctor. I know.
But some of them, some of those small town ones, some of them girls are small town gems, and I will say that. But I think it's rare. Yeah. Yeah.
I would say it's rare. And I would say that there's also a large percentage that wouldn't be able to make a living in a whorehouse.
Yeah. There's yeah. It's
We're gonna get some euphemisms started on the show.
Well,
you're gonna hear stuff like that. He's so broke he couldn't make money in a whorehouse.
Well, some guys can't. Man's got to eat though. I don't know. Yeah, Nebraska, the women here. Do you think that this is it? Obviously, as far as Omaha goes, this is all Nebraska will ever be, or do you think that it'll be a westward expansion?
I think there are towns out west that have the potential and the location to where if they allowed it to be and they tried it to be, there could develop a maybe not a 1 million person city, but you could get up to the 40, 50,000.
Well, they already. North. What the fuck? Grand Island Central. They're at like 50.
Okay,
but that
I'm talking
sucks.
straight north of there.
Oh,
you know what town?
Yeah.
That town, that intersection.
Yeah,
is statistically it is one of the busiest intersections in the country.
Yeah,
because it's one of the only straight shots in between the 2 interstates.
Oh,
so
what is it? Is that 70 up there?
Yeah.
It's
one of the only places
in South
where
Dakota.
Yeah, where you can turn off the interstate by Grand Island, get off that interstate, and stay on one road the entire way up to the next interstate.
Huh. Okay. Yeah.
So, with that potential, that's a location where it could be a busy spot.
Do
Walmart's tried coming there, shut down.
Good, but you don't want...
I don't want Walmart, but we need something.
Nothing. Keep the Dollar Generals, keep the Subways, keep it all away.
No. Not Dollar Generals. Bring back mom and pop little joints. I don't want Dollar Generals.
Well, Cabela's sucks. Bass Pro Shops bought them. Everything sucks now. Remember when Cabela's was Nebraska owned?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever go out there in Sydney to like their OG one?
No, not that one.
Oh, fuck, dude. The shit used to be popping. Everything's over. Do you think we're going to... I don't know. Do you think this place will grow? You think this is the new Denver? I think this might be the new Denver.
It was Adam Carolla, I believe, said he judges a city like after watching and traveling around doing comedy all these years.
Uh-huh.
You can judge if a city is growing on whether it has a Topgolf or not. Because if there's a Topgolf that can operate there, there's enough money and enough stuff moving around and enough infrastructure to support a Topgolf, then it's probably a decent enough city.
So we got a Topgolf.
There's a Topgolf. It seems that this...
That's Toronto, isn't it?
Yeah. I believe that's the big tower there. Is that
in Ontario?
Is it?
I believe Ontario is a province Toronto resides in.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
I honestly try to respect you, Canada.
I do. I like America Light up there. That's what it feels like.
Well,
it feels like America with training wheels on. That's what it feels like.
I love Prairie Canadians, up there. They seem to really know how it goes on. I wish they were a little more cool on their gun law, but we're Americans, so we just let it rip. But I don't know. I think Canadians let themselves get pushed around too much, and then you end up fucking having trucker problems, and
that's true.
Kind of sucks, man. Because fuck, dude, Canada, you guys should be lit like lumberjack.
Oh, Canada is pretty great. Canada, Canada is that cousin that, not the hot cousin, the dude cousin that you really like, but you don't want to get to know him that well. Like God, I really want to like you. I really want to like you a lot.
Why don't you want to like
some
Canada?
things.
You just do some things.
There's just some things.
You ever been to Newfoundland?
No, I've never been.
Those
up there.
people.
The country folks seems
New
right.
Brunswick people, fucking wild. I don't know. If you get up there in Arcadia, where they up towards the border there in like Maine in the northeast part where they're French, it's a little weird.
Yeah, that's odd.
Yeah, because they don't have
because it's not French. It's Canadian.
Do they speak French? I don't. I can't. My French can't tell the difference.
Well, that's good enough
because I don't speak a lot of it, or really any of it at all.
Omelette du fromage.
I think it'd be crazy to see a guy that talks like that, fucking out there dressed like Elmer Fudd shooting a moose. I think that'd be fun.
It could be fun.
It could be fun. I don't know. It's cold. It's fucking cold. The further north you go, it's fucking cold.
Mm-hmm.
Prairie Canada, North Dakota, Prairie Canada are pretty similar. And then they have like Banff and shit. I've never seen the Rockies up in Canada.
I've never seen those either. They're beautiful. I've seen pictures and they're pretty, but...
Yeah, so I really haven't been.
Neither have I. I'm not opposed to it.
I would go if the right Pearson was in charge where I'm not going to get prosecuted for...
Yeah, you don't... Well, Fidel's bastard son isn't in charge anymore. So
he still is. Did he fully resign? Is he gone?
I thought so.
I knew he was resigning. 2 little birds by my doorstep.
The other one get shot or freeze to death?
Well, there's just 2 now. Now they're up on the gutter. See him? They're gonna go make that love. It is almost time. I've noticed there are birds coming back. So
that seems early.
Yeah. Well,
Well, they aren't real anyway, but...
Back, they used to call it, if you had a bad year waterfowl hunting, hunting duck, mallard ducks and Canada geese, in February, they would be like a reverse migration, so you could, if the seasons are open till, February something, which I'm sure they're all over now, but you could just... Because they're coming back, so they're, chilling. They're not as fucking...
Yeah, they're on that island time. They're still on island time, baby.
You could just wreck geese, dude. It's fucking great. But, yeah... But now, these geese are getting domesticated, and they're worried that's going to happen to the ducks, too.
I can see that happening.
Because, how the
geese are awful friendly.
They're too friendly. Well, and then you got idiots that, feed them and stuff.
Yeah.
And, You should be shot for feeding federally protected birds. I think you should, like when there's a kid throwing a bread loaf at him, you should hit him in the head with a paintball. Punk. Teach you a lesson. But we don't. And then you go to jail for trying to protect the birds.
That's true.
What a fucking stupid rule that is. Fucking I care, and this is what I get, you know? I'm the one who actually gives a fuck. See, and that's the problem. That's where we're at with this country. Yep.
There we are.
Yeah, we are.
Well, Taylor.
Yeah.
Seems like we're closing in on your heart out.
I know. Here. It seems like I got to get driving in the. It's brighter. It's so fucking bright out today because it finally snowed. We haven't seen snow in years. Maybe. I don't know. We saw.
I was gonna say I don't know. I remember plenty of snow the past few years.
Was there some snow? There was a little bit.
It's been probably 2 or 3 years since we had one of those 15 inchers, but
the snow was. You just haven't seen it. It's nice and bright. It is.
Bright it's very clean. It's very clean. It's very bright out. It's very bright out. Yeah. Don't get snow blindness.
Yeah, snow blindness.
Here at Unpasteurized, we really care about snow blindness.
And yeah, your vision and your hearing and all of it.
Especially snow blindness in cats. You want to look out for. You want to put sunglasses on your cats so they don't get sun blindness.
If you put sunglasses on your cat, you and that motherfucker jump off the top of your apartment right now. See which one of you hits the ground first and see who stays standing. Fuck you and your cat. That's why the bird. You listen. I like cardinals. And there's a songbird population destruction going on due to your fucking feral cat problems. All these cat ladies. You know the statistics. You heard about that fucking neuroplasmosis.
Toxoplasmosis.
There you go. That shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 in 3 cat women have it. That means if you got to fuck a cat and you're a lady, you got a 33.5% chance.
What are your chances if you fuck a cat lady?
Probably heavy too. I'm sure it's.
What about if you fuck the cat?
Don't fuck the cat. How big is the cat? God.
Big enough to take it.
And
anyway, that's a good way to draw the podcast to a close.
We're gonna end it there. Yeah.
Say your plugs and your goodbyes.
Oh, well, probably won't have anything going on by the time this is released, but we got some shows coming up. It's fine. You know what? Follow us. Follow you. What you want? Smiley Comedy? Where are you at?
I'm at Smiley Comedy. I'm gonna
That's
probably
at Smiley Comedy, right? No
yes.
dots, no spaces, no lower cases, right? It's all lowercase.
At Smiley Comedy at 13.
13,
I believe.
Instagram,
TikTok, Facebook. It's on that. On
you have
all
TikTok?
That. I have an account.
Is it so? If you don't have it, like now that you have it on your phone, are you still banned from it? Or are you able to get in there?
That ban was lifted immediately.
So what's going to happen? Do you think?
Nothing.
Do
Not a
you think
goddamn thing.
Okay, not a goddamn thing.
I don't ever open. I only open it when somebody sends me a video.
Is there good porn on there?
Probably.
All right,
if
probably.
you look right. Reddit's good for that.
Reddit's good for porn?
Yep.
Tumblr used to have some fucking good shit on it.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the old days. Remember Vine?
Vine
never had any porn on it, I don't think, but
it was never porn, but
Vine was the original TikTok.
It was so much better.
Vine was the original TikTok. Yeah, that was when shit was popping off, is when Vine came out.
Yeah, I remember 2013 being in utter dismay that Instagram had bought Vine and then instantly shut it down.
Yeah.
Instantly. I mean, they bought it and shut it off.
Shut it down, yeah. Well, there's powers that be. People have money.
Cocksuckers. And Vine was where it was at.
Vine was where it was at.
We should dally for just, like a minute 54 more. Okay, so that way we can come out to an even hour 40.
Yeah, and then, you can follow me, Instagram, at ZSchlong, Z-E-E, Schlong, S-H-L-O-N-G.
French penis.
That's the French dick. Yeah, baby. That's what we're giving it to you as.
We're going to be I'm probably going to spend the afternoon making accounts on YouTube and everywhere for Unpasteurized. So make sure you follow and like
and subscribe and like.
Subscribe, follow all of our pages. Even if you don't like it and don't want to listen to it, just click on it and then click to the end, and that way it counts as a play. And
fuck it.
And the more money you get us, the better we'll be at it.
Is that how you do that? You got to click to the end?
I don't know. I know it has to play for a certain amount of time before it counts.
Well, we'll have to Google that.
Yeah, well, I mean, just put it on.
Put it on
for
your fucking cat.
Yeah, put it on for your
sunglasses,
cat.
You little bitch.
Yeah.
I saw a Great Dane in a sweater, and I fucking hate people.
That's a big fucking sweater.
Yeah, it's a big fucking
That's a person sweater.
Yeah, it's a person.
That's not a dog sweater. That's a person sweater to fit on a Great
dog.
Dane.
Dogs are supposed to be capable. No one's capable.
No one's capable anymore.
Dogs.
The little dogs, they can be not capable all they want. The big dogs should be. Big dogs should be capable.
I can tell you. You know what? You know what? We're going to end this, but we'll talk about this next time. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. I was just going to let you keep talking and then just stop the recording.
Well, all right.